Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube. Today I'll be sharing with you about the rise of influencer marketing and what works and what doesn't. My name is Wen and I'm the founder and CEO of SushiVid. So last year was a really good year for us. We actually closed 1,500 brands and we worked on over 11,000 branded contents, and together we paid 2,000 influencers, unique influencers lah. So that is something that's very important for me, because we want to make sure that we don't call ourselves a marketplace when we pay just a few hundred influencers, or just a select few, and we keep using the same people. So our aim has always been try to use as many unique influencers as possible, so that we can always get better profiles and better data on influencer marketing. Today we are called the SV Group because we have a couple too many websites, and decided that let's form an alliance for it. So our main product is definitely SushiVid. SushiVid is a advertising model, cost per post influencer marketing. Confirm Plus Shop is a commission model influencer marketing. So you pay influencers when there's a sale. Go Sharela is a cost per share. So you don't get the influencers to make the content, they just share content for you, and you pay them for per share. And SushiVid Live is just our live streaming service. So together as a group, we actually provide quite a pretty wholesome kind of influencer marketing solution for Malaysia predominantly, and of course other parts of Southeast Asia. So I want to take a moment to really thank these brands for their support of SushiVid. So when I started the company 4 years ago, I didn't know that we will survive this long, and of course I didn't know that I can work with all these reputable brands, and without which I definitely won't be where I am. And definitely very thankful to my team as well, because they are the one that work really hard, and I can never do this alone. So very thankful to my brands, as well as the influencers, as well as my team. So what will you learn today? Basically, we will go through quite a lot, but I'm going to break this into 3 YouTube videos so that it's not too overwhelming for you, because you can just pick up where you left off in the next video. So basically there will be 3 parts to this video, and I'll start with the basics. Is it for you? How to choose influencers, what are the steps to create content, and how to get the most out of influencer marketing. There are more, but I will not go into too much detail. So what is influencer marketing? So influencers are people that can influence, and basically it's just when you were in school, your class monitor is somebody that has influence, your headmaster is somebody that has influence, just basically somebody that everybody listens to, right? But today the medium has kind of changed. So instead of just somebody that you listen to on the newspaper, or somebody that you listen to on TV, today somebody you listen to on social media. So some of these influencers can have up to like millions of followers, and people who are actively engaging with their content. And a lot of these followers, right, have been with them from teenager till they went to work, first job, till they get married, till they have kids. So they kind of feel like they grew up together with these influencers. But of course, not all of them are that old lah. And so what is influencer marketing then? Influencer marketing is when you combine the influencers and the marketing portion. So you get a few of these pretty famous people collectively together to create a marketing campaign for you. Of course, influencers have those that are like in the millions, but there's also those in the thousands. And we never discount those from the the thousands as well, because the micro influencers are actually just as important. They are more authentic. In a way, because they're less focused on the marketing bit. They're more they can come off as more authentic. They can disseminate information for you to a lot of a more wider. They can cast the net wider to different groups of audience. So instead of engaging 1 million follower, you can engage 100,000 followers, and you can spread and cast your net to a bigger demographic of people as well. So just to give you I went a bit out of topic, but yes, that's what influencer marketing is. I'm going to show you a video, but before I do that, I want to explain this video. So it's not TP-Link that engaged us, but a customer e-commerce portal that sells this TP-Link engaged us to do this video. And our suggestion for them is that we want to do a paranormal activity. So this influencer pranks his friend, and his friend thinks that there is some ghosts, and then she was genuinely shocked. And the video actually is 20 minutes long, and the original video, and people actually watch it till the end. And I'm going to show you just a very short clip of it. Stay tuned.
What is up, guys? So now I think it's about time for me to prank my friend.
I'm just going to reduce his volume to explain. So basically, he talks a little bit about the TP-Link product, the switch, at which he can control the lights, he can control some of the machineries in the house with this smart plug. And then he explains the mechanic of what he's going to do, which is like he's going to get this guy from behind the scene to hide there, to push some things down, and then he's going to get this other girl to come in to be the ghosts, which is the highlight. Yeah, so this video is set up in a very authentic way because he needs to show his friend. As you can see, this is a CCTV kind of a video. So he went out, and then the video is kind of far away. It's not really focused, and it's not traditional advertising. Like advertising, this is not allowed really. The video is a bit too pixelated, but this is as natural can get, right? And he then goes on to prank his friend, and you can watch the rest. Well, okay, so anyway, I accidentally exit, so I'm not going to continue. Basically, you can find the video online if you want to look for it. Just, I'll put it in the link below. Basically, this particular video was initially when we pushed it out, the client was really unhappy because they're like, so pixelated, the video quality is terrible. But then we were so confident that, the millennials will love it because they would really want to do this to their friend. They find it funny, and it's a very authentic video, and a very smart use of this TP-Link switch for the video itself. And this influencer then, when we used him in 2016, had 20,000 subscribers, and 1 year later he had 55,000 subscribers, and we got him at a really good price because he was still growing, at a very hidden gem kind of a phase. And that particular video, we were expecting 25,000 views just based on his his viewership back then, but we actually hit 200,000 views, and this is not boosted. Yeah, this is just purely 100% authentic organic views, and we got like 2,500 likes and dislikes and comments combined, and together the client got 615 clicks for the TP-Link switch. So the client was only trying to build awareness for TP-Link, and it's a switch, like, it's like, how do you promote a smart switch? So I thought this was a really good case, and also a good way to show you as well that it's not about it's not so much about the content or production quality, but it's about whether the story is going to fly, whether the people are going to bite, and whether people are going to watch it and people are going to be engaged to it, right? And so after a year, we were still seeing people watching the video. There were still views, there were still clicks even after a year. So it shows that, contents on YouTube tend to last a long time. So if you actually want to do YouTube videos, we would highly suggest you to think about something that's more evergreen, something that's less promotional and on the spot. Although, of course, on the spot, you will get a lot more views there and then. Moving along, is influencer marketing for you? The main three questions we always like to ask is the no-brainer ones. Is number one, are you a B2C business? If you're a B2C business and your audience you're targeting is consumers, then of course social media today is one of the biggest things, right? The whole reason I started this business as well was because when I was trying to sell I was trying to sell email marketing to my customer back then, 5 years ago, and my customer told me that when I have no traffic, so how am I going to collect the emails if I have no traffic? And that day I was in Singapore, then I was going home and I was on the MRT, and I looked around me. Everybody's on their phone, but where's the traffic? Where's all this traffic that we talk about, right? So I just did a quick view and a glance, and I'm like, okay, people are playing games, people are chatting on their WhatsApp, and they are browsing their Facebook, or they are watching videos, streaming videos. So that's why I decided that if you're a business that's B2C and you are targeting traffic that's high consumer based, then it makes a lot of sense because that's what people do. They are either playing games, they are browsing social media, they are watching Korean drama, or they're chatting with their friends. So influencer marketing sort of like, it taps on multiple of these categories already of things that people are doing when they're doing nothing. And Are you targeting millennials? Obviously, influencer marketing is more predominant by the millennials, right? They are more millennials are on it, but it doesn't mean that my mom is not on Facebook and my mom is not watching YouTube. My mother is. She's 72 today and she's on Facebook every day. First thing she does when she wakes up, she goes on Facebook or WhatsApp, right? She also watches YouTube videos for recipes. She watches YouTube videos for like all the pakwa sanman, which is gossip news from Hong Kong and Taiwan. I mean, my mother rarely ons the Astro anymore, you know. Only for like a lot of it is like a lot of it is for news, you know, and a lot of it is like, you know, if she wants when the internet nowadays with MCO is a bit down, yeah, she watches a bit more of the Astro. But my mother is, while watching TV, also WhatsApping her friend, also on YouTube, you know. So yes, predominantly if you're targeting millennials, but nowadays I think it's very inclusive of a lot of other people already. And is your product new? If your product is new, right, you want to find the early adopters. And influencers, right, how they become famous is because they are always seen to be in trend. They are the ones that, you know, found it first. They are the one who did it first. They are the trend starters. So obviously if you are, you know, coming up with a new product, then influencer marketing is something that you should highly, highly, strongly consider, right? And I want to talk about what if you are B2B. If you're B2B like Lafarge is a cement company. They produce cement. Cement is used for construction of buildings and roads and parks and everything. So Lafarge is a B2B business, but they also found a way to use influencer marketing. Basically, Lafarge is kind of feels like they're very traditional, they're very old school, they're a cement company, you know. So they wanted to create a campaign that, you know, brings out their name to be you know, lively, to be happy, right? So they created the Happiness in the City campaign. And the Happiness in the City campaign, the influencers went to paint truck, not the influencers, sorry. University students and school students went to paint these cement trucks. And these cement trucks, we got each influencer to endorse one truck and like, hey, come and support my truck, vote for my truck to win. And then the winning school gets like a prize. So they found a way to use influencers and young and you know, include young people into their campaigns. And of course they found and influencers kind of just amplified the message a lot more. Together we did 12 Instagram post videos, we did one YouTube video, and also 2 blog posts. And the total cost to the brand for using you know, influencers was no more than 30,000. But we felt that, you know, if you had engaged all these little or these agencies to do the videos for you with you know, actual celebrities or whatever, it's going to cost way more than 60,000. And together we got almost 1 million reach. And the agency that we were working with together for this particular campaign is actually went on to submit this for multiple awards. And we thought there was something interesting. If you're also a B2B business that is looking for, you know, influencer marketing, you know, talk to us, you know. Don't just immediately wrap it off and say like, oh, this is not for us. You know, there are multiple ways we can look at it, and it depends on our patience as well and our team's creativity, whether we can come up with something interesting for you. So what do you expect? What to expect from influencer marketing? First thing is it's primarily a PR tool. And it's a little bit more casual kind of a PR. So instead of like, you know, getting a PR agency to come in and then, you know, craft a messaging and then, you know, put it out onto the main medias, nowadays you should also put along together influencers as well. So PR and influencers for a more casual dissemination of the information. Of course, it not only increases your brand awareness, but it also creates brand affinity by using influencers' reach. So what I mean by that is that when the influencers share about your content, right, they don't just like copy and paste your advertisement. They talk about it as if it's part of them. So for example, if I want to talk about this particular moisturizer, I talk about it from my point of view, like, you know, I've been using this for 10 years and this is truth. I've been using this for 10 years and although it's simple, it truly is the name lah, simple, no fluff, something that you know, I can bring it everywhere and like, you know, I can use day and night. So I talk about it like it's part of my routine. So it builds that affinity that you don't get when it comes to, you know, just a commercial kind of a way. And I'm speaking very generically lah. Okay, and it establishes a relationship between the brand and the public, because when you see a celebrity, it's very you know, out of reach kind of a feeling. But when you work with an influencer, these influencers are our day-to-day kind of people with, like, 20,000 followers. So they are part of our lives. They're the people that will eat at the same hawkers that we do. So it builds that connection to the public that we don't often feel with the celebrities. And it's a very effective communication with the public, and it's more of a conversation rather than I'm telling you something. It's more like a communication, a conversation, and it of course builds reputation, and it enhances your reputation. So it's not supposed to replace what you already do with your traditional, but it enhances it further. um, and if I may add also, it's more closer to the purchase intent. So, like, your ads on top is kind of like awareness and everything, but then the influencers sort of like builds that recommendation, that final nudge to say, okay, honestly, I'm telling you, you should buy this product because I highly recommend it. It's closer to the purchase intent, like, for the audience, because, like, you're already at the recommendation level. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about the difference between celebrity and influencers. So the first thing is that celebrities are, they are they are personalities that are extraordinary. They could be athletes, they could be politicians, they could be media personalities, actors, right? These people are very, very, very famous. They are a different status from the rest of us, lah. And influencers are just very, like I said, girl next door kind of a feeling. And it functions more like a word of mouth kind of marketing rather than celebrity marketing. Celebrity marketing is like, you pay for the visual, you pay for them to be in your advertisement. But influencers, you pay them to create video on their content on their social media, and they recommend your product for you. If they and it's more honest review as well, yeah. So it's not like, they don't follow your script. They actually say truthfully because they are accountable to their fans as well and their followers. So a celebrity may not be a subject expert to promote your product because you're using the celebrity for their reputation, right? But the influencers, they are specialists, right? So it could be a gaming influencer, it could be a beauty influencer, but these people are experts in talking about the specific thing they're very passionate about. And I've seen as well influencers who are like, they just purely do toys, right? And these are toy experts, but you don't see a celebrity that is a toy expert, but you see influencers that are toy experts. And when you use a celebrity, it's like, it's like you're going to disseminate that on a billboard, you're going to disseminate that on TV. It's like very, very high reach type. Whereas when you use influencers, you are tailoring to their audience. It's not a one size fit all. Yeah, so there is a difference, and they both are effective for the different objectives that you may have. Of course, there's a lot of people who don't want to pay for influencer marketing, which is purely, which is acceptable, which I think is also normal. And today, today SushiVid also have Confirm Plus Shop, where we pay for influencers by commission, right? And it's something that we aspire for, which is a more performance based as well. But let's talk about this on a more advertising model, free versus paid. Of course, if it's free, then you have no say on, like, whether they can talk about other products. You have no say whether they are going to say whether they like it or they don't like it. You can't really control what they're going to say about your product. Whereas if you pay, you can actually specify certain exclusivity. You can specify certain things that they shouldn't mention. Of course, the brand messaging as well, if it's free, you have no control. Whereas if you have a specific messaging and it's paid, you can actually demand. And of course, you cannot enforce them to do because you just give them products. You have no... You don't get to vet the content before they put it up. They just put up as they feel fit, and they can put it up next week, they can put it up the week after next week. It's you don't dictate the time, neither do you dictate or have any say about whether you want to make any changes to the content or not. So of course, if you are paying them, it helps as well. So let me put it to you from an influencer's perspective, right? I'm very passionate about makeup, all right? And I make all these makeup videos. Some brands, of course, if I love the product and they want to give me free, I'll take, right? But some brands, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to spend a few $100 to buy it. then yes, you give me free, of course, I'll be happy to do it for you. But just say in my pool of products, I have thousands, right? Then maybe I may not prioritize your brand unless it is a paid job. At the end of the day, influencers do this, 6 to 8 hours a day, some of them in a more full-time manner, in a more part-time manner, also 2-3 hours to make one. So it is effectively you have to pay for their service. Like even you have to pay for photographer for some photos, you have to pay for videographer to make videos. So influencers should also be paid because it's their effort as well, and they have to pay rent. Free makeup doesn't pay for rent. Okay. So this wraps up the beginning part A of my presentation, and I will just do a bit of a shameless promotion again. SushiVid, Goshella, Common Plus Shop, and also SushiVid Live. So everything you need to market to millennials, from content creation to distribution, we have your back. So SushiVid.com is our main product, and we work with influencers at scale. So we have a self-service model. We also have a agency model that you can work with us, call us, and talk about ideas and whatever not. So our agency model starts from 3,000 ringgit only. So you can talk to us about small campaigns, engage 5 influencers. That's fine as well. Goshella is very straightforward. It's a top-up, touch-and-go format. You top up money, influencers will share it for you. And you can dictate what kind of pricing you want. You can put $2 per share, you can put $5 per share. That's your choice. You can check it out at goshella.com. And confirmplusshop.com is our commission-based influencer marketing, currently only available for really fast-moving consumer goods as well as beauty and makeup and skincare, because we don't want products that are highly, too much refunds going on when we are still, in a very beta stage. So we only want to work with products that are, very small, easy to manage, and not too many, variables like, shoes, they might refund because of sizing, clothes, they may refund because of sizing. So we only do beauty and skincare and some certain FMCG. So once again, this is me. My name is Wen. My email is wen@sushivid.com, and that's my phone number. So message me if you want to talk. Happy to work with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you very much.